What's up, guys? John Parts here from John Parts Designs. So we're going to talk a little bit about the differences between the new H2D that I just picked up and my old A1, my workhorse that's been doing its thing for the last 2 years. So the first thing I noticed right away when unpacking this thing, obviously it's heavy and big. That's regardless. But in the toolkit, you get an extra nozzle. So it gave me an opportunity to get a good look at the nozzle setup before I put everything together. And I will say this, Bambulab definitely did some improvement on here. They do look very similar. They look almost identical, okay, at first glance. It's when you look at the nozzle a little bit deeper though, you're gonna see the difference. Now, I'm gonna try and show you guys if you can see it here. See that section right there, that little narrow section right there? There's your restriction point, and obviously this is the heat sink. This is what goes on your little heating element, and this is what actually melts your filament. You can see this is a used nozzle. It's got a little filament still on the end of it because I haven't cleaned it off yet. But this is your standard A1 nozzle, okay? Flow is great, flow is wonderful for what you're doing with it. However, if you want a more powerful machine that's gonna move a little bit quicker, the H2D is definitely that machine. And you'll notice, like right off the bat, it literally looks exactly the same. I mean, the color is different, but it's got the heat shrink up top, it's got the heat sink up top, everything like that. It's got the little magnet on the back to hold it in place. They look identical. However, when you look here, that's where you're gonna see your difference, all right? Now, what that little extra chamber is gonna do, all right, is it's gonna allow you to have more hot filament in this nozzle for distribution. And I'm watching the AMS as it's working, and what this does is it loads a bunch of filament in, and it uses spring-loaded pressure, so it knows how much pressure it's putting on this nozzle to get the flow rate, and that's how it makes its adjustments. So good on you, Bamboo. This is an amazing nozzle. I'm going to show you guys the results of the main difference that I'm seeing between two kind of identical pieces here. I'm printing some 3D bricks, some Lego bricks for a wall that we're making, which I got behind me. So I'm going to show you guys the difference between the A1 and the nozzle action that I can get out of it, and what I can get it to do, and how quickly I can get it to do it. And then I'm going to show you the H2D, and the surface quality, everything is way different, guys. It is so much different. I'm so happy for this purchase. So let's take a look here. Take a look. I'll show you. All right, guys. Now, if you look, I mean, I've got a really good surface here. I do have fuzzy skin on, so that's why you're seeing some of that. But I mean, the thing is it's doing work. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I do have a little bit of warpage down the corner here. I'm not that worried about it. I do surface these a little bit when I'm done, so I'm not that worried, but that's my A1, guys. That's my A1 combo. All right, and H2D, my H2D. So now I'm gonna open up this door. It shouldn't affect anything. If you look at the surface, that looks way better. And then look at that. There's no warping on the bottom. Well, there's a little teeny tiny bit in the corner over there. Little teeny tiny bit. But for the most part, this looks pretty darn good. So guys, if you're looking for an upgrade and you want to spend the money, obviously the H2D, guys, this thing is just a workhorse. Absolute workhorse. So my final thought on just a little change on the nozzles. I got to give it to Bamboo. They really seem to care about getting things to just print. And that's what I've experienced with this H2D so far. Everything I've asked it to do, it just prints. And it does it without even thinking about it. I mean, this was run with no supports except for 90-degree angles, guys. There was not a single support on this print except for 90-degree angles. There was no support inside the helmet. Guys, this printer is amazing. I do have one last thing I want to say. Good on Bamboo. You did a great job with this. If you're looking at investing in another printer or upgrading from an A1 to a larger printer, the H2D is an amazing option. It is the price of 2X1 carbons, but you know what? At the end of the day, the build volume is amazing. And I do have a Ko-Fi, so if you like what you heard, if you like my information, please think about supporting me. I'll drop a link right here. These are available on the Ko-Fi. These are my 8%er keychains. I made those for you guys, the 8% of my TikTokers and YouTubers that follow me, mess with me, and hang out with me. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you on the next one. You guys, let me know in the comments, what do you want to see from me? What would you like me to print on this printer that you don't think can be done? I'll make it happen. All right, I like messing with exotic filaments. So give me something, give me a nylon, give me a carbon fiber, give me something and tell me something to print you don't think I'll be able to print out of that material, and let's do it for the next episode. All right, thanks for tuning in, John Parts Designs, and we'll see you guys soon.